Good morning. Reed here, back at Orchestra Farm. Just, I'll show you in a moment, but put a bunch of pine needles around the blueberries. They love the acidic soil, and that's a good way to recondition the soil around them for that. That's what it is. It's a plastic bag. I'm not surprised. Pond here. From the roadside, it looks pretty weird. I'll have to bring a rake over to get that out at some point. Anyway, the days are clicking along. Spring is coming up swift, and in our little magnificent frost pocket here, it's just about time to see if we can't get some peas into the ground. Start some back at my place in my little greenhouse, and I think they're just about. There you go. You can see the pine needles. Picked them up at a client's house who gone, and so always a good idea. Oh yeah, and strawberry rhubarb greenhouse. More strawberries got put in around the center row rhubarb, which is, and you know, it's been a big week. It continues to be a big week in my life and my family's life, and getting all the things accomplished. And sometimes I feel a sense of relief when I'm no longer hosting or facilitating things, even though I do really enjoy that. It's nice to have that out breath, and to recognize that, like, we also need time to relax and replenish ourselves. And my ponderance is knowing that I still have some of the week to go and things to do, is really along that lines of, like, what are those activities and situations and things that I find replenishing and restorative, and knowledge of, like, that changes and shifts with time and space dynamics. I'm currently finding my office zone to be somewhat good with that, but I made a new room for my wife to have as her own office zone, and so as she's been pulling everything out from our shared office zone, and my daughter is going to be moving into it, but there's actually a big influx of it's just birds. Phew, I thought it was a rabbit for a second. Influx of different energetics taking place, and the notion of, like, oh, it's not actually as replenishing right in its current moment. Seeing some look at those little rhubarb leaves coming up. Those are great. As much of a place of restoration for myself as it has been, and that's okay in this moment to also recognize, like, okay, I gotta help keep everything shifting and moving so that it returns to that space, so I can go in there and feel that sense of, oh, I can take a deeper breath here. And I think that sense of, like, I can take a deeper breath in the space. Look at this for a couple of years now. Boom, it's happening. I love that. That's what I'm hoping for all these other rhubarbs I put in this year, is in another year or two they are. I'm curious. Like, I know some people like to go fishing or hunting as a place of, like, having some quietness and restore themselves. Other people like to play sports or read a book or drink a coffee with some friends. I mean, the list goes on and on. You know, for me, I had my music night on Tuesday. You can see those videos in this feed from what I recorded from that. We'll get better on the sound quality, by the way. It's a single mic recording setup, so, you know, things can, and I'm not sitting there with the headphones on the whole time, as you can tell from the video. to make sure that the sound is like perfect on all counts. Sorry about that, Ari. I know the piano's a bit quiet. But there's a good sense of like feeling relaxed from that. Some people like to go out dancing. There's so many ways to find that space to catch your breath. Ooh, beautiful flower. Yay. There's a, in this mound, there's a bit of a mound right here. There's actually a dead baby deer in that. I was like, I'll just stick it there and as the earth. And that recognition of like, you know, death and decay can often be a way of replenishing. Oh, look at this. You know, potatoes, they're gonna grow again. Even if you think you get them all. That is pretty funny. But that notion that, you know, it takes compost and death, and death, there's actually a lot of cycles of life that are taking place that really replenish our environment and the world and our personal self. You know, that idea that we're standing on the shoulders of giants, depending on like what field you're working or engaging in. There's been a lot of, you know, people who did work before you that got it to its current point. And, you know, in acknowledging that, you know, we're all going to die someday, that piece of, you know, others are going to stand on our shoulders. What are we leaving them to stand on? Hopefully a place where they can find some rest. There's so much hustle around, and like make something of your life. And it can be easy to forget to like rest, take a break, have a staycation, or go on vacation if you can afford it. And what's it going to take to afford it? Whether that's both staying at home or going out, or recognizing that by staying at home, a lot of us don't find that actually relaxing because we can see all the things that need to get done. Oh, I forgot about this blueberry plant. I'm going to have to bring back more pine needles. And the question of, you know, where do you find your restorative practices? Oh, I love this plant here. If I remember correctly, Solomon seal. That's wonderful. Shoots that are coming up. Those are edible, I guess. Oh yeah. And you want some comfrey for your projects. Other people will tell you all the goodness of comfrey, but if you want some, let me know. We can make things happen. But where do you find that restorative place? Where do you find that place to catch your breath, to make sure that you're ready when all the go moments happen again? And can you get it done in 2 minutes? Can you get it done in 5 minutes? Does it take you half an hour? Does your bath, like mine, need to be an hour long to feel like it's going to be a reasonable bath? You know, are you putting Epsom salts and essential oils in there for yourself? I'm definitely on that tip. Anyway, let me know how you find a good place to rebalance yourself and your energies. And thanks for subscribing and watching the videos. Have too much fun.